What's up, guys? I'm here to do a little my video on my thoughts on the Halloween film series. There are 8 films in the series that range from 1978 to about 2003. I happen to like all the films. I mean, there's some people don't like them, like with Friday the 13th. Everybody, some people like the sequels, some hate the sequels. I happen to like all the films in this series, some more than others. And, of course, 1 and 2 are classics. These two are classics. There's not much to say about them. They've already been said. I will add, though, that what I've not heard from people is that these two are one film. This is one complete film that they split in half. You may disagree with that. You may agree with it. But if you think about it, it is. It's one film that they split in half because they both tell the same story. And I would like to see an ultimate limited edition where when they started filming part 2, when they had the ending of part 1 start part 2, when they first started filming the new footage for part 2, put on to this one. Don't have the end credits roll. Have it start where this one starts officially and make one movie out of it. I would like to see that just as a limited edition Blu-ray. Because that way you could watch both movies in a row and see how it was meant to be seen. Here it's split in half. And of course I understand why. I mean, both films are about 93 minutes. You don't want to see a 2-hour horror film. But these two are my favorites, 1 and 1A. This is the only one this is the only scary movie that has scared me my whole life. I mean, I watch it now, it gives me chills. When I first watched it, I had to sleep with a light on for a week. But that's what a classic does to you. The next one is one of those films that don't get a lot of respect, but it's because it's got the name of 2 movies in it, Halloween and Season of the Witch. I happen to enjoy it, and I think it should be, my ear was itching, so I happen to think, though, that recently it's been getting respect, and I happen to like it. I think I would have liked to have seen what the Halloween franchise would have looked like had they kept with this timeline and had a different theme each Halloween. I'd like to see what it would have been like, but too many people cried and whined and bitched about it, and we got 4 and 5. Now, I happen to like 4, just so you know. 4 is my 4th favorite. It's my 3rd favorite film in the series, and it's the 4th best to me. In my opinion, it's the 4th best one, and it's my 3rd favorite film. Of course, 1 and 2 being my favorite, and then the next one that's my favorite is Curse of Michael Myers, and then but 5 to me, 5 is the weakest. I mean, it continues where 4 left off because they were trying to do like 1 and 2, but to me it was rushed. Because it was made the year later, and they rushed it too much. It was made a year later, and I think that since they shot it the very next year, they rushed it too much. They didn't have time to build it over having him be maybe, laying there in a comatose for like 4 or 5 years. Would have been more interesting. But, what are you going to do? I mean, I can watch both films. I think they're enjoyable. And 4 does have its elements of a creepy film. The next one, my 2nd favorite that I alluded to, Curse of Michael Myers. A lot of people don't like this one, and I can understand why, because I've seen all the footage from the producer's cut, and so I can understand why you wouldn't like this one, being how great the producer's cut looked. Those deleted scenes. And maybe one day, Disney, for some reason, Disney owns this film. I don't know what the hell that is about. Maybe someday someone can buy the rights to this film. Dimension or somebody can buy the rights to the producer's cut and put a Blu-ray producer's cut with all those scenes in it. I understand why they didn't do it, because the ending had Loomis become Michael Myers' caretaker. And of course, he died during the making of the film, so I assume that they changed the ending and edited it different because he died, and that's why the film is the way it is. I happen to enjoy it. I think it's behind 1 and 2 is the best one. Behind part 1 and 2 is the next best one in the series. really see what people don't like about it, honestly. Other than the fact that I guess they just, certain things about it, just certain elements of it they don't like. Maybe the whole thorn thing, with the constellation being, I don't know, I guess that's probably what they don't like about it. I kind of think it's a neat twist on it, though. Better than what Rob Zombie did with Michael Myers. Of course, the next one, Halloween 7, 20 years later. And for everybody, this is Halloween H20, not H2O, because H2O is the element, is the, whatever they call it, H2O is water. This ain't water, this is H20. H20, Halloween 20, it's 20 years later, that's why it's Halloween 7. Jamie Lee Curtis coming back, that was great, like finally. One of my favorite scenes is seeing her and her mom Janet Leigh in a scene, the original Scream Queen and her daughter being the new Scream Queen. And a neat piece of trivia, in case you didn't know, is Janet Leigh is driving the exact same car in this film that she drove in Psycho. That's the exact same damn car that she pulled into the Bates Motel in, that Norman Bates put in the swamp out there behind the Bates Motel. It's the exact same damn car that she had in Psycho. And I think that's awesome because that, Psycho's one of those films that I absolutely enjoy. I love Psycho. And even the sequels. But that's, Psycho is a different film for another time. I wish I had the sequels and I would review all of them. Neat thing about this, right there, Michelle Williams, the widow of Heath Ledger, is the only teenage star from this film that still has a career. All the rest of them I've seen in nothing but made-for-TV movies. She's the only big-time actress still making movies in Hollywood. So it's kind of funny. This movie didn't kill her career like it did everybody else's as soon as they began. Oh, and now the last one. Resurrection. The one that many consider the Batman and Robin of the Halloween franchise. While I will say this movie is bad, and I don't agree with that terrifying there, I will say that I agree with Fox TV saying it was one hell of a fun movie. I will say that. It's one hell of a fun movie. It's fun to watch. They killed Laurie Strode, and I was interested. I was intrigued when they done that. I was like, well, what direction are they going to take now? Because Michael Myers, according to this timeline of these movies, has two nephews. He's got Laurie Strode's son from H20, Part 7, and has Jamie Lloyd's son from Curse of Michael Myers. So he's got two nephews left. And I was like, well, they got to continue that. And I was let down. Because they let Rob Zombie make a remake of two classic horror films. It should have been, instead of calling them Halloween, they should have been Rob Zombie Presents a rip-off of two classic great horror films that scared everybody. Because Rob Zombie's Halloweens are stupid. Alright? There's too much nudity in them. There's too much violence and there's too much gore. That's not what Halloween was about. It was about scaring the hell out of you. They wasn't soft-core TV pornos. And his wife is ugly as shit. Who wants to see her walk around a 100-year-old naked body all the time? And he turned Michael Myers from being the pure core essence of evil to a little whining bitch that got beat up, and a little bullied bitch that got beat up, and that's why he kills people. I liked it better in the first movie. He had no motive. He was just evil. That's the core of these films. That's been my thought on the Halloween films. Rate and subscribe. Leave your comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'd like to hear what your favorite of all the Halloween sequels are. What's your favorite Halloween sequel? Do you agree with me on Halloween of Rob Zombie's films, or do you disagree? Everybody knows my stance on remakes and why I hate remakes. I'll go into that at a later time. But I love to hear from you. I love to read your comments. I'll see you later.